Hey, my friends, Greg Denny again. At the end of your life, which will make you happier and more fulfilled? Having a lot of stuff and things, or having a lot of memories? And you gotta honestly ask yourself and kind of jump ahead and give yourself that end of life perspective. Give yourself that advantage of seeing the big picture. And this is an honest question. This isn't like a trite little thing here. Like, I'm being sincere, I'm being genuine. When you get to the end of a year, the end of a decade, the end of a time period of life, like raising your kids, when you get to the end of your life and you look back, will you be more fulfilled and more grateful that you've acquired a lot of things? Or will you be more fulfilled and more grateful that you acquired a lot of memories? Now, for me, I'm not going to say a right or wrong here. Like, you got to choose. For me, that's an easy answer. I want the memories. When I stop and I celebrate a birthday, like I recently celebrated my birthday recently, and we recently celebrated a new year together. And when we're going around, going through life, when we go through time periods, when we move somewhere else, when a child moves on, or whenever something significant happens, for me personally, we pause, I look back. I'm most grateful for the memories, for the experiences, for the connections. Because, stuff comes and goes, and stuff gets old and wears out, and stuff can be ruined or stolen or lost or destroyed. But your memories are yours. The experiences are yours, and we get to cherish them. When especially in our family, when we go back through photos of the last several years, of the last 12 years of traveling around the world as a family, it literally still just blows my mind. It has like this shock factor effect of all the epic things we've been able to do, and I'm so deeply grateful. I literally go in this, I don't even know how to describe it. I get in this state, this emotional, mental state of like awe and wonder and joy and peace of like, we did that. We made the sacrifices. We put in the effort. We faced our fears. We overcame obstacles. We made risky moves. Like, we were bold, went after extraordinary things. And you guys, I love that. Oh. Now, I don't have anything against having nice stuff. I think it's fantastic. I hope you have all the wealth in the world that you want. But if you had to choose between one or the other, somebody one time said you can have anything you want, but you can't have everything you want. I think there's some wisdom to that. But I do think we can live an abundant life and have the best of both worlds. I believe that. But at some point, it's worth asking yourself, would you rather have the memory, the experience, or the stuff? Would you rather have the tangible or the intangible? And literally let your life decisions, the choices we make day in, day out, reflect that high priority. I think a lot of you are going to say, yeah, I want the memories. I want the experiences. But then in our day-to-day, we're spending our money on stuff and things. And we turn down trips and adventures and things we could learn, like getting more books and more training, more skills, more knowledge, like developing ourselves. And we say no to our kids and no to ourselves and no to other things so that we can end up with stuff. And it's super nice to have a really fancy car. That's great. Have a super nice house and to have all the fixings and the luxuries and all that cool stuff. But at the end of the day, at the end of my life, I know for me personally, I want the memories. I want the experiences. I want the growth. I want the things that nobody can take away from me. That nothing can take away from me. And that's who I've become, what I've learned, and then, of course, the memories, experiences, and the things we've gained here and here. Oh, man, I love this stuff. And you guys, we can do it literally on a day-to-day basis. It comes down to small decisions we're making every day, little investments, even from scrolling a little more on the screen or setting it down and engaging with somebody in your life. That's the connection versus the thing, right? There's a difference there. And what we're going to spend our money on, are we going to save, we're going to invest? Are we going to invest in, what are we investing in? Are we investing in experiences? Are we investing in memories? Investing in growth? I think today our kids did horseback riding lessons. We did jujitsu and martial arts training. We did violin lessons today, and we did silks classes today. And the day's only half over, man. We're on it, and we're throwing down money for this stuff because we want our kids to have all kinds of great experiences and work on skill development and exposure to new and great stuff. There's so many great things in life that only come from getting a real exposure to what's out there, to what's available. Interestingly, a lot of people enclose themselves in a house or in vehicles or in this defined, confined space, and they don't even know what's out there. So I want to encourage you to get clear on what it is you really want, and then get clear on the actions you need to take, and see if your actions and your choices and decisions are really lined up with what you want big picture for your life. And if you're with me and you want memories, oh, my friends, get out and make some memories. Create them. Some of them you got to make them happen. And it's by little deliberate actions, small choices, being more intentional, being more engaged, being more present, and just turning up the dial a little bit on fun and enthusiasm and coolness. Like, you can take an ordinary experience and make it extraordinary by just turning it up a little bit. So turn it up today. Do something today that's special. Do something that's memorable, that's extraordinary. Do something fun and crazy. Go jump in some cold water. Go eat something bizarre. Or go do something cool. Something you're all gonna look back and be like, that was awesome. And it was the normal days of our lives where we were often, we were traveling, wandering, doing things, but what made them stand out, our kids still talk about them, we all look back at these favorite memories and experiences, is when it could have been a normal day. It could have been a forgettable day. Let this sink in. It could have been just another forgettable day. But we all stepped in and engaged, and we were fully present, and we turned up that dial, and we turned it from a forgettable day to an unforgettable day. And those are the things we cherish and hold on to the most. Love you guys. Get out, live deliberately. If you want some help on this, I created a full course called Get Out and Live. G.O.A.L. G-O.A.L. Get out and live. It's all about just putting it in and getting out of the grind and getting out of the small perspectives and just jumping into life. We also have a full course and a book that my wife and I wrote called Living Deliberately, How to Create a Ridiculously Awesome Life. It walks through the principles, walks through the mindset, the heart set, the skill set of really being alive, of somebody called just squeezing the juice out of life instead of just existing, instead of just following everyone else to get more stuff and more things. Make life count. Make it precious. Make it memorable. Make today unforgettable. Reach upward.